Hey guys, and welcome to Besterday, when nostalgia reigns supreme. I'm Bianca, and I'm the ultimate 90s baby. But before we get started, I have a very special guest today, and his name is...
Hi guys, I'm Hugh McIntyre.
Yeah!
Hey, hi, I'm very happy to be here.
One of the biggest Britney stans I know, which is perfect while you're on this show.
I've never been called that, actually.
Really?
No.
I'm glad I'm the first one to give you that title. You deserve it.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll absolutely take it. You'll hear why in a few minutes.
Yes, for sure. But for people who don't know who you are, tell them what you do, what you're about.
Yeah, I am a music journalist.
Mm-hmm.
I cover anything connected to the music industry for Forbes, and I've written for... I couldn't even count how many publications.
All of your favorite publications, Hugh has
somehow gotten in there at least once.
Exactly.
That's enough.
You're popping. You're cool.
Enough, yeah.
So as you guys know, Besterday is a podcast where I reminisce on the songs that had your heart, the movies that made you laugh, and everything pop culture from the 80s to the early aughts. So think Beanie Babies. I always talk about Beanie Babies on the show.
Do you have the Diana one?
I don't have.
Do you remember the Diana one, the special one?
Yeah, I didn't have it, but I had like a hammock like over my bed full of Beanie Babies.
Oh yeah.
And like I wish I kept them because I'm sure they're worth like a whole lot.
Oh, you don't have
money.
them?
No, my mom sold them at a yard sale.
Oh well. Oh, at a yard sale.
Yes.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it was a rough time in my life. But yeah. What else?
Was this like last week?
It felt like last week, but it's very, very fresh in my mind.
Gotcha.
Thanks, Mom. What else? Animaniacs, one of my favorite shows. What are some other like?
All the things we remember that are coming back. Full House.
Full House, yeah. Have you watched the Fuller House on
I
Netflix?
attempted one. I could not.
Okay, yeah. I read about it on Fuse, but like I've never actually watched the show, and I feel like just based on the trailers, I'm not about that life, so I'll
just
pass.
listen to Carly Rae cover the theme song.
Yeah.
And move on.
Is that all I need to know? I
Yep.
mean, Carly Rae could do no wrong, so I'll just leave it at that.
Absolutely.
And guys, hashtag Besterday on Twitter, on Instagram, and wherever your heart desires, and also rate us on iTunes. And follow myself, Bianca and Rogue, on Twitter. And Hugh, what's your Twitter handle?
Pop Bang Hugh. That's HUGH.
Boom. All right, guys, so we're going to get in this week in history. First off, October 21st, 1980, Kim Kardashian was born. She turned 36 on Saturday. Happy birthday, Kim. On October 22nd, 1968, Shaggy, Mr. Boombastic, was born. October 23rd, 1941, Dumbo is released. There's actually going to be a reboot. I mean, there's reboots all the time, but
I want it to be live action.
It's actually going to be in the vein of the Jungle Book movie.
Oh, okay.
And Tim Burton's going to be directing it, so you know it's going to be like hella spooky. I'm actually excited for it because Dumbo, if Tim Burton's directing it, like it could go very like horror.
Or it could be
terrifying.
Big Fish like. Do you remember Big Fish?
Oh, yes.
Where it wasn't scary, but it was still just as
a little
big
bit
and
haunting.
magical.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm excited for that live action to come out. I think it's going to come out in 2019. October 23rd, 2010, Katy Perry married Russell Brand in India. Oh, what a time. What a time.
What a simpler time.
Yes. Speaking of Katy Perry, her birthday is coming up October 25th. She was born in 1984. Happy early birthday, Katy. October 25th, 1985, the iconic Ciara was born. Yes, I said iconic. Deal with it.
That is correct.
October 25th, 1993, the Rocky Horror Picture Show premiered on Fox.
Only to do so again decades later.
Yes, oh God, did you watch that?
Nope.
You didn't miss anything. Trust me. It was so trash. So
Such a
trash.
shame.
Yeah. October 26, 2002, one of my favorite old school couples, Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey, got married.
Bless.
I know. October 27th, 1964, Sonny and Cher married. A lot of people got married this week. October 27th, 1996, Pop-Up Video premiered on VH1.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Pop-Up Video. And lastly, October 27, 2013, Louis passed away at age 71. All right, so we're going to get into some nostalgic news. First off, I wrote this morning, I was very ticked off because Justin Timberlake is headlining the Super Bowl. This will be his third time
Mhm.
performing at the Super Bowl. One in 2001, I believe, when
And
he
the
was with
next in
NSYNC,
2004.
Britney, and then Aerosmith in 2004 with the infamous Nipplegate with Janet Jackson.
Yep.
And now he's going to be headlining on his own. And he's like broke a record. This marks the first time where a performer has performed 3 times the Super Bowl.
Very few have done it
Yeah.
too. But yeah. Is it
It's-
just him and Beyonce?
I want to say yeah. Yeah, just those 2.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I want to hear your opinion on it. Do you think that Justin Timberlake, aside from the Janet scandal, do you think he's a well-versed Super Bowl performer?
The thing
for
about
next year?
Justin is he's got the discography, he's got
Yeah.
the hits. It's just a weird time.
Exactly.
His last album was 4 years ago, and he's made it
Mhm.
clear he's happy to have long breaks.
Yeah.
So unless he announces a new album and there's a new era,
Exactly.
why are you doing it
I don't
now?
see. The thing is, I mean, he's known for surprises, but I don't see him promoting a new album or like dropping a new song prior to the Super Bowl. But like even like Can't Stop the Feeling, that was what, last summer?
That was 2 years basically ago.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
yeah. So it's like I mean, of course he has hits, but this didn't excite me at all.
I think he's got to come out with something.
Yeah,
before
because I don't want it to be a snooze fest. But I've always wanted Jennifer Lopez to perform halftime. That has been
Mhm.
my dream for years. Super Bowl is playing me because she deserves it. But the reason why I was a little annoyed because, of course, we all know about the Nipplegate that happened in 2004, where Janet's boob was exposed and she was banned and blacklisted both from Super Bowl as well as like the Grammys, MTV, VH1, all
Everything
that,
really.
everything. But of course, Justin Timberlake, he remained unscathed. So I think it's a little bit unfair that, you know, Janet has been under the shadows for so long and he gets to do Super Bowl once again.
I was thinking a lot of people, when they confirmed it, said Janet should come back and they should do something as like she's welcome back. I don't think Janet would want to.
No, I feel like that's a little bit patronizing. Like that's still giving Justin the platform, and it's kind of
Well, he has the platform now. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
like,
true.
They've given it to him.
Yeah.
But it's a matter of, do you invite her and then, like, does she even care? Does she even want to? Like,
Yeah.
she's moved on. She doesn't want to go back to the Super Bowl.
Exactly. Like, I don't think that would be a good way to. 'Cause, I mean, she's already happy. She's like on her tour. She has her baby. I think
she's
that's
moved on.
Yeah, I don't think it's good for her to go back and do this whole like apology spiel. If anything, she should have her own Super Bowl.
I don't think
show.
she apologizes. I think it would be a
Yeah.
great way for the NFL to apologize to her.
Yeah.
But again, I think I would love for them to do that and then for her to say, thanks, maybe we're okay for now, but she doesn't need to come back and perform. You know
No,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
Maybe she does the, what's the song? Not the Star Spangled Banner, the National
National
Anthem.
anthem. Yeah. Well,
something,
guys,
I don't know.
Yeah, hashtag Besterday. Let us know if you agree with Justin Timberlake headlining the Super Bowl for next year. And let's talk about a little bit of drama. Pink and Christina Aguilera, if you guys don't know, they've been having an on-again, off-again feud for almost a decade now. But, of course, they're on good terms because the Pink was on The Voice last year, so they had a little hashing out, and now they're really cool. But Pink was on Watch What Happened Live last week where she talked about Christina and that Christina almost sucker punched her at a club. And I thought that was just so hilarious because these are honestly, in my opinion, the 2 most feistiest pop stars of my time. And it was just, I just can't, like, I could actually picture Christina, like, walking up to Pink.
I love that Pink Andy was like, this is so dramatic. And Pink was like, no, it's funny. I just laughed. Can you imagine Christina
Because that's just
me?
Pink's personality.
Yeah.
And I love that, you know, they're able to talk about it in such a casual term now. And she actually revealed that her and Christina were in the studio together and they may or may not have a song coming out.
That's got to be on Christina's then.
I would hope so.
It's not on Pink's.
Not on Pink's. Pink's album's already out. But speaking of Christina, can you please release this freaking album? Like, I'm so
Stop
tired
doing
of
Oreo
waiting.
commercials. Come
Like,
back.
stop doing Oreo commercials.
Give us
Seriously, you have enough money. You don't need to do Oreo commercials, ma'am.
a song. Whatever.
Are you a big Christina fan?
Yeah, I really appreciate her. She's not my favorite, I would say,
Yeah.
but I appreciate essentially everything she's done.
Mhm.
And I don't know why she's taking this long break, but
Yeah, I mean, it better be good because Lotus, as we all know, was not the best moment for her.
she's had a rough 2 or 3 albums in a row.
Yeah, I mean, I'm part of the Justice for Bionic train. So I still I still pan for Bionic, but Lotus was just a dark moment in time. And lastly, for the nostalgic news, Michelle Williams, the Destiny's Child, she was very candid and open about suffering depression during the peak era of Destiny's Child days. This was like during the Survivor time, where she didn't really know how to kind of label what she was going through. She thought it was just growing pains, and from her transitioning from a young woman to this huge superstar. And she's saying that Matthew Knowles at the time didn't really do much to help her out during that time. They're like, oh, you're successful, you had the #1 album in the country, why do you feel depressed? So it's cool for her to all these years later kind of look back and shed light upon some mental health, which is very important.
I think it's important. You're talking about when she was on. It was The View, right?
Yeah, she was on The View.
I think
she was on The Talk.
The Talk. Yeah. I think it's important to note that she made it very clear when she was talking about Matthew Knowles. He wasn't like, get over it or something. He very much was like, I don't understand why you would feel that way, which I think even 10 years ago, a lot of people didn't understand. You've got everything. Why could you be sad? How could you be sad?
Yeah.
So there's a big difference between someone rejecting it and someone just totally not getting it.
Yeah, I mean, Matthew Knowles is low-key a monster, but in this instance, he wasn't like, rejecting.
Doesn't
anything.
seem fully terrible.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, guys. It is Britney, bitch. You ready to talk about Blackout?
I'm always ready to talk about Blackout.
All right, guys. So if you don't know, it is the 10th anniversary of Britney Spears' Blackout, her 5th album, and I can't believe it's been 10 years. Like,
it doesn't feel like it.
It doesn't feel like it at all. Because I still bump this album, every other day in the gym, on the train, in the car, in the shower, on the dance floor.
Anywhere you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time that you heard this album?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I remember driving to my local record store, which is Newbury Comics. And for anyone listening in New England, that's the chain.
Oh, you're from Boston originally?
Yeah.
I didn't know this. I went to Northeastern.
Yeah. So you know Newbury Comics?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I remember driving there to get it. And I remember picking it up and holding it in my hand and unwrapping it and playing it in the car. And it's one of the, it's not the first, but it's one of the first albums I remember, like, it's out today, I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't buy it. Sorry, Britney stands. I didn't buy it. I got it off LimeWire because that was the era of downloading albums. But mind you, I didn't purchase her first 2 albums. It was gifted to me, and I purchased Britney and In the Zone, and Blackout was like the first time where I actually like illegally downloaded something. So, but it was a time in my life that that was the thing to do.
We're all guilty. We've all done it.
Yeah, exactly. But I remember listening to the first time, and I was just in awe. Because of course we know Britney, has this huge, superstar legacy, but I think Blackout was kind of the moment where she kind of did what she wanted to do music-wise. Like, it was just very raw, very dark, and it kind of reflected we'll get to it in a little bit, but it reflected what she was going through at the time, in her personal life. But let's
in a way she hadn't done.
Yeah, before that. Within the Zone, I would say, there's a personal track like Every Time, for example. That was by Justin Timberlake, but I think Blackout was more candid in that approach, for like really talking about, K-Fed and the paparazzi and all that. But we're actually going to get to that because we're going to go through the entire track list, including the bonus tracks, because they are worthy of speaking about.
If you say so.
Yes, of course. All right, so give me more.
Give me more is... I love that this album literally doesn't waste 1 second.
No.
It opens with It's Britney,
Bitch,
which sets the tone for the entire record.
Exactly.
Hooks you instantly. And it's funny that was kind of a throwaway intro and has become iconic.
Exactly. When you think of Britney, even, kids as young as 5 years old, 10 years old, they remember that Britney bitch line. It's her signature.
It came back, 8 years later in Will I Am Scream and Shout?
Yeah.
I remember hearing that for the first time and screaming.
Right? You're like, bitch, he did it again. I honestly, in my opinion, this is a perfect pop song. Like, it is perfection. The hooks, the production, her voice, like, it immediately grabs you. Like, when I listen to this song, like, I have no choice but to move.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's amazing pop song. Next up is Piece of Me.
Piece of Me, I obviously like, but it never hooked me in the way that it did other people. I mean, for me, I think I said it's in the lower half of the album for me.
Yeah. No,
which is crazy because it's like
here.
the big single, basically.
Yeah, same here. Like, Piece of Me wasn't, the big deal breaker for me. I mean, I like the message that it had. Her talking about the paparazzi, and now she's Miss Too Big, now she's too thin, like, kind of, taking a dig at herself. So I like the message itself, but when I listen to the album in full, I don't really gravitate towards that record.
Yeah, but I don't hit play on it.
But at the time, I like what it stood for. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Radar.
By the way, did you know who sings the super mechanized or robotic
is it
backing vocals?
Robin?
It's Robin.
Yes.
Who demoed the song.
That is crazy.
I love that.
Yeah, there's a lot of not random people you wouldn't really expect for Britney to collaborate with, which I think is why I love this album so much. Like, she collaborated with Danja. Carrie Hilson co-wrote a lot of these songs.
This is Danja's album.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I love that it was just so urban. I mean, stans, they always, make fun of Britney, like she's always talking about having an urban record, but Blackout was her urban record, excuse me.
Yeah.
Radar is next.
I love that Radar was so good.
Yeah.
But she was in a bad place at the moment that they
brought it back.
They just added it to another record, and they were like, let's try this again. Yeah.
And it worked. It
wasn't like a smash. It wasn't a huge hit, but it worked.
Yeah, but I think it deserved a better music video, I would say. Like, her being at the...
It's like her with a horse or something?
Yes, horses, like some Kentucky Derby nonsense. And
that's
I'm like,
so Britney, though.
It is. It's very, Southern charming, but for such a impactful song, I feel like it should have had a better music video.
You want to talk about better music videos? Talk about essentially the entire Blackout era.
Well, yeah, that's true.
it only went up from there. So
this is a dark time. But Break the Ice is next, which had an animated music video.
I mean, did they ever really reveal why it was animated? I have my suspicions.
You have a theory? Ooh, share.
I mean, Give Me More, the video was nonsense.
Yeah.
Piece of Me was good.
Piece of Me was good. Well, Give Me More, I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember reading that it was supposed to be an entirely different music video. Like, you're supposed to have like a funeral scene. It's supposed to like have an actual plot, but it kind of just was her twirling on a pole. And
wearing a bad weave. And I mean, it all looked terrible.
It was strange.
I'm pretty sure that by the time they got to Break the Ice, she was unavailable.
She was like, I'm done.
And
like
and they were like, well, we're putting out a third single, so they animated it. That's my guess.
No, I think you're definitely right about that, because I mean, there wasn't really any promotion for the singles, for the album itself. It just like kind of, went by. But Break the Ice is my jam. That's my shit. I love Break the Ice. It's such a good song. Heaven on Earth.
Heaven on Earth is weirdly cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it has a beat that's like cooler than Britney Spears.
Yeah.
She pulls it off, and it does well. But you could hear this on like a weird indie pop electro album.
Yeah, it's it has like this disco feel to it, but like space agey disco. It's very strange.
Like, how is this not a Goldfrapp album cut?
Ooh,
Do you know what I mean?
that. I like that. Heaven on Earth, it isn't my favorite track on the album. I skip it often, but it's still, there's no bad song on this album. Heaven on Earth just isn't one of my favorites.
Sure.
Get Naked.
The best song on the album.
I love you for saying that, because this is my favorite song. This is probably top 5 like Britney songs.
Oh, easily top 5, if not my favorite Britney song, period. Yeah.
Like, that is a fucking jam. Like, Danger, like, put his foot into this song. Like, I love that, because of course Britney is known for her sex appeal, but she sounds like she's moaning through the entire track. It's very raw, very erotic.
She is.
It's like, it's just, it's such a sexy song.
The thing is, like, Britney has always done sexy. We're used to Britney sexy. She sings about it a lot. I love that this is like twisted sexy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just her talking about sex. It's like really weird.
It's very warped.
Dark.
Like even with
warped.
Danger, like he has like this. I got a plan. Like it's very like
everything about it is. Yeah, it's very strange and alluring, and that makes it even sexier and more interesting.
No, I totally agree with you. Get Naked. Yeah, hi guys. Let us know if Get Naked is your favorite track. It should be everyone's favorite track on the album.
Like it needs to.
Yes.
I love to this day.
Yeah.
Like I had a friend come stay a couple weeks ago, and I was trying to explain to him that Blackout is a solid album, and Britney's not known for albums.
Yeah.
And he straight up was like, "I don't believe you. She's never had a good album. All I did was play Get Naked," and he was like, "All right, I'm willing to listen to the album."
He understood.
Yeah.
The message.
Because if a Britney album cut can be that good,
yeah.
what's the rest of it like?
Man.
Yeah.
Next up is Freak Show.
Also great.
I think that's one of her favorite songs because she still plays it on the Piece of Me Vegas
Does she do Get Naked? I don't remember.
I don't think she does. I know she does Freak Show, and she like said in an interview like it's very sassy.
Yeah.
And like that's one of her favorites. It's a great track. Toy Soldier.
My third favorite on the album.
Toy Soldier. No, that would be if we're gonna rank them. All right, Get Naked is definitely my favorite.
Give Me More's number 2 for me.
I honestly, Perfect Lover is my shit.
Fair.
Perfect Lover, and then probably Give Me More than Ooh Ooh Baby. Toy Soldier is like in the middle for me.
I like to think imagine an alternate universe where Britney was in a really good place when this came out.
Yeah.
And this campaign went on. It was sort of like Nelly Furtado's Loose, where it just went on for like 3 years and the singles never stopped. And I like to imagine a world where Toy Soldier was like the 5th single. God,
wouldn't that be
like they all got their turn.
Wouldn't that be a blessing?
Oh well.
I mean, we could dream.
I know, I do dream about it.
Hot as Ice.
I think that's my least favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think it's the production. It sounds like the drum beats on it, and
it does
her
sound
vocals. It's just
a
like
little unfinished.
Yeah.
But I think that's why I like it. Like it still sounds like the demo. The demo was originally called Cold as Ice.
Yeah.
Cold as Fire.
Cold as Fire.
And they changed it to Hot as Ice. And I like that her voice is very like sharp and like Alvin and the Chipmunksy. Like I think it's kind of cool. I dig the song. I love Hot as Ice.
It's not even for me. It's not even what they did to her voice. It sounds like unmastered or unmixed or something. It does sound like a good demo.
Yeah, it does. But I think that's why I like it. Like there's something like very raw about it.
Sure.
Ooh Ooh Baby, another sexy song.
You're gonna be really mad. I ranked them, and it's number 10 out of 12.
Really?
Yeah.
Hugh.
I know.
What?
I know. I told you this was gonna be divisive.
Oh my gosh! No, Ooh Ooh Baby is that's like number 4 for me out of the album.
I can't. No.
Wow.
It's still good.
The pot is stirring. The pot is stirring.
I know.
Well, actually, did you know that Hot as Ice was co-written by T-Pain? I didn't know this until a few days ago.
I knew he was on the album, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, the guy that says like during the chorus like twice as nice and all that, like the backing vocals, that's T-Pain singing.
Crazy.
And I was like, in what world would you think Britney Spears and T-Pain would ever work together?
In what world is T-Pain on a Britney album and not a featured guest? Like, remember when she had Ying Yang Twins? It's like she's done this several times. How is T-Pain just not on one of these singles?
That's so strange. But yeah, he's credited, but he's not a featured artist. But yeah, that's a fun fact for you. You can use that for your next party. Perfect Lover. This is my second favorite song after Get Naked.
I put it at number 6.
Okay.
So it's right in the middle.
God.
I think it fits in perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could listen to Perfect Lover and understand the album.
Yeah.
Like, what it'll sound like, what it'll feel like. I like it. Like I said, it's in the middle for me, but it's still better than most Britney album cuts by far.
Yeah, I could see that. Why Should I Be Sad? Produced by Pharrell and Neptunes.
You know what? He always sneaks one in on the album.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he always gets one.
I love when they work together.
It's gone great. And then times like this, I think it's fine.
I like that she was addressing the whole K-Fed divorce like head on.
Yeah.
Like, talking about, the people in us magazines talking, and getting the car for him and him going to Vegas and cheating. Like, it was, I think during that time, it was good for her to kind of, hash out everything in a song form. I think that was very smart of her to do. And I appreciate that from Miss Brit.
I get that.
Yeah. Out of This World.
I straight up
bonus track.
Did not rank these.
Was there a reason why?
I don't know. When I think of most albums that I love, when I think of it, I don't think of like the bonus cuts.
Yeah.
Like I love going to somebody and say, I love Blackout. And they're like, don't you love number 15 on the Japanese edition? And you're like,
the reason why I put Out of This World, Everybody, and Get Back, because for me, when I listen to Blackout on my phone, these are all included.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like a full package deal, because even though they're on different editions and bonus cuts, it still fits the theme of like the original.
Can I suggest something to you next time you listen?
Yeah.
You have to go to YouTube to find it. Listen to the Gimme More mashup where they splice in T.I. Have you ever heard that?
Oh, no.
I forget what song it is, but it's a T.I. song.
Yeah.
And they mix it and it sounds like that's how it should have been.
Okay.
It's bonkers.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah. It's really well done and
Yeah.
it's really good.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to listen to that after we record this podcast, because that sounds really, really cool. But yeah, I love Out of This World, Everybody, and Get Back. I think out of the 3 bonus cuts, Get Back is my favorite, because it sounds like this like twisted time warp, like horror movie cut. Like, it's just very wacky.
So if there are 15 songs, where do those rank?
Where do those? Okay, actually, let me rank the track list now, because I haven't done it in full. All right, Get Naked is my favorite. Then Perfect Lover, Gimme More, Ooh Ooh Baby, Break the Ice, then Get Back.
Get Back is in the top 6?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I love that song. Get Back, because I picture her like in her peak era, like doing some sick ass choreography to that song, and it just makes me happy inside, like the little Britney stan.
So much about Blackout isn't like what happened or what she gave us. It's like what we've imagined
since. The idea of
what
could have happened, like what could have been. I think that's what gets me excited about this whole album. So Get Back. Then, did I say Ooh Ooh Baby already?
I think so.
Okay. Get Back, Freak Show, Radar, Why Should I Be Sad, Out of This World, Heaven on Earth. No, Out of This World, Piece of Me, Heaven on Earth, Everybody. Did I say all of them?
Sure.
Okay. I don't know. You guys get the gist of what I'm saying. But what would be your full ranking of the track list?
Not including the bonus 3.
Yeah, not including the bonus 3.
Okay. Get Naked. I'll put Get Naked at number 1.
Yeah, as everyone should.
Gimme More is number 2. Toy Soldiers number 3.
Okay.
Break the Ice is 4. Freak Show is 5. Perfect Lover is 6.
Okay.
Piece of Me is 7. Radar is 8. Heaven on Earth is 9. Ooh Ooh Baby 10. Why Should I Be Sad 11. And Hot as Ice 12.
Okay.
That's mine.
I'm not too mad at that. I mean, Hot as Ice shouldn't be that low, but that is your opinion.
Just speaks to how great the album is in general.
This is true.
On the whole.
Speaking about the whole album, how do you think that this album kind of impacted music during this time, during 2007? 2007 was an interesting year for pop music.
I think it's interesting because I think Britney gets simultaneously not enough credit for this and in other ways too much credit for this. So I think she didn't get enough credit for the album being great because she was Britney Spears and she was known as like a pop vehicle as opposed to like a great artist.
Yeah, and plus, her personal life overshadowed this entire era.
No matter what she had put out.
Yeah.
But if you go back and look, she gets a lot of credit for turning electropop in this like darker direction. But Danger and Timbaland had done this before.
Yeah.
So the year prior to this, they did Justin Timberlake's album with Sexy Back.
Exactly.
Which is definitely in that vein.
That set the entire tone for the years to come.
They did Nelly Furtado's album Loose, which had Man Eater, which is like the same vibe.
Exactly.
So she carried it, but it didn't like go quite as far. But I think she did it great.
Yeah. I think, I wouldn't give Britney the credit for kind of pushing pop music further into the electronic space. I think obviously the producers did that, but I like that it made pop go into this like darker mode.
Yeah.
And it was very like the music itself, like taking away Britney, like the music was very strange.
It's really gritty.
Yeah. It's just very rugged, and it kind of like plays mind games like with your ears. Like they definitely like took a lot of risks on this album, production wise. And I think, putting Britney aside, that's why I love this album so much, because it's amazing production wise. So
this kind of, if you look at, so Danger worked with Timbaland for years, and then he really broke out in 2006 when they did Nelly Furtado and Justin.
Yeah.
And then he did this, and after this, it's a slow decline.
Yeah.
If you look at his production discography, he does other big things,
but
he
was
stops
like
being a
peak.
hit maker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. This was like his peak era. Like
which is kind of sad that
27.
it ended quietly with this. This album is so great, but none of them really got their due.
Yeah. Maybe they'll, 10 years later, maybe they'll have a resurgence. We'll see.
I hope so.
Yeah. Well, we talked about all the good things about the album, but, obviously there are some very telling times throughout this era. Of course, her MTV VMA performance that happened a month before the album was released. The funny thing, the album was supposed to be released November 2007, but of course there were leaks like crazy, so they pushed it up a month prior. But then September, she came onto the VMA stage with that strange blonde weave, and I don't know. It was just looking back, obviously such an iconic moment in time, but when I watched that performance, I felt so bad for her.
I feel bad, but I remember when it happened, it was one of those moments that was like, this is the worst thing to ever happen.
Yeah.
I can't believe this is a disaster. And when you go back and look, it's not, I think it was overblown because it's not like do you remember a couple years ago when Billie Joe from Green Day destroyed the stage?
Oh yeah.
Like that's a meltdown. Everyone's like, Britney meltdown. She just, it was a bad performance.
Stood there.
Yeah, she just basically stood there and that was it.
Yeah, I think it was disappointing because obviously you think of Britney, you think of performer, but I think it was kind of blown out of proportion because, she just finalized her divorce from K-Fed. She had that random wedding to Jason Alexander, lasted for like 2 days, 55 hours, I think.
Was that before or after Kevin?
I think that was, when was that?
I don't remember.
It was such a blur. Yeah. Reference. It was such a blur. But yeah, she gave birth to 2 kids. What else happened? She had, of course, the umbrella incident. She shaved her head. She went to rehab twice for alcohol. It was just like there were so many things happening leading up to the Blackout release. So it's just like when that VMA moment happened, people were just expecting the worst, and that's what she gave them.
I get so bummed when people say like it's the worst thing ever, and we've seen the worst things ever, and this was just like, oh, this is bad. This is just bad.
Yeah, compared to I don't know what would be a good example of like the worst things, but it wasn't. In hindsight, it wasn't that bad.
I mean, it shouldn't have been. The headline shouldn't have been, Britney's a disaster. It should have been like, wake up, girl.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree.
I think there's a lot said about her costume and her hair, and it's a shame
blue
because
contacts.
I don't understand. I'm sure we could find out in some way, but
yeah,
whoever chose that I hope they were fired that night.
I totally agree.
I
with
mean,
you.
because it's another thing. Oh my God, Britney's so out of shape. She's so terrible. No, she wasn't. She was like, she was like 20 pounds heavier than we had seen.
She just had a child.
Do you know
what
I mean?
2
like,
kids.
right? She's not fat. She's not
exactly.
No, and she was wearing something that was too small for her.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I don't know. I think at that time, obviously the paparazzi and everything were hounding her, but people in her team were kind of like setting her up for failure. Like, you could have had a better stylist.
There's no excuse.
Yeah.
She could have put on anything.
Exactly.
And
it's a strange time. But, looking back, how do you think this album held up? 10 years later, we're still talking about it.
I think for anyone who doesn't believe it holds up or it's a great album, I think listen to this album and then listen to one of her first two.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know and love the singles.
Yeah.
I mean, those hold up. But the rest of it crumbles. I mean, those first two records are just bad pop music. I mean, they're filler.
They're very dated.
They're so dated, and they were bad at the time. And they've only gotten worse. Whereas this, we still didn't really hear anything exactly like this after. Like, no one replicated Blackout.
No.
So you can listen and still, like I said, my friend who had never heard it, 10 years in was like, this is a jam. This is awesome.
I mean, that's a testament right there,
Yeah.
I feel. Yeah, for sure. I definitely think it held up. I think, I don't know if it influenced a lot of pop girls. I mean, I would say that it kind of made, the girls that came after them, of course, like the Rihannas, the Demis, who else was there at the time? 2007.
Gaga's
the Gagas,
year later.
Yeah. And I think it kind of made them explore those darker tones, because I feel like, pop is like, it was like very bubblicious and very happy and campy. And I think Blackout kind of twisted the tone a little bit. Of course, we were talking about Justin Timberlake where he did it with Sexy Back and features like Love Sounds, but in the female center, I feel like she was one of the first to kind of,
I think it gave you license to play with those themes.
And like bringing hip hop, bringing trance, bringing electro pop, like it paved the way during that particular time for kind of more exploration and experimentation with sounds as well. But where would you place Blackout in your album ranking of Britney? This is a very controversial topic. Of course, it's very hard to rank your favorites albums, and it's like an ongoing topic on Twitter. We just had it last week.
Yep.
But you go first. Actually, I want to hear your ranking of Britney's albums.
Easily her first. Easily her best.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even.
Yeah.
I think. Like I said, I think Britney's first two albums you can't even discuss as albums. They're not even worth it to me.
It's gonna get a lot of people mad, but
sure,
I'm here for the drama.
Whatever.
I'm here for it.
The next two, like In the Zone and Britney, she's getting into it. Like, the albums get better.
Yeah.
And then I think this is her first one where you can hit play and listen all the way through and be happy you stuck with it.
For sure.
And after this, I think she more or less continues that quality, that level of quality.
Yeah. Okay, I would actually put In the Zone as my favorite.
Okay.
Just personal favorite because
I've heard that a lot, actually.
Yeah, I have a lot of memories with that album. Just going to high school and, having like my senior friends, like they played the album for me, and I was like, ooh, what is this? And it was a very special moment, in my life. So I think that's why I love In the Zone first. And there's so many different types of music in that album. Like, she had the reggae inflection, she had hip hop because Ying Yang Twin was on the album, R. Kelly was on the album. And I think, In the Zone was it showed her like her different musical personalities, which I loved. So In the Zone, then Blackout, obviously, that's hands down, not an argument. I think after Blackout, I would do Britney. That was a very personal album as well. And for me, Britney, and then Glory. I know that's gonna raise some eyebrows, but Britney, then Glory, then Circus, then Oops, Femme Fatale.
Oops
Baby.
Before Femme Fatale?
Yeah, Oops for Femme Fatale. Femme Fatale, there's just some songs that were very questionable for me, but Oops, I think mainly just for the nostalgia as well. So Oops, Femme Fatale, Baby, and then Britney Jean.
I started listening to them like before we did this. I didn't get all the way through, but I was really happy to remember like Circus being solid through.
For sure.
Like listenable all the way through. And Femme Fatale, there are a couple that I wouldn't necessarily hit play on, but I was like, oh yeah, this is fine. I remember this.
Femme Fatale was just like a come and go moment for me. Of course, there were some good songs on it, but I don't really go back to it as much as I go back to
Till the World
her
Ends.
Songs. It's all right. Hold It Against Me is a great song.
See, for me, it's switched. Hold It Against
really?
Me is just...
I love Hold It Against Me. That little dubstep breakdown. Come on. You like Till the World Ends?
Yeah.
That's probably one of my least favorite Britney songs.
It's so big. It's anthemic. Whereas Hold It Against Me is like Britney chasing a trend. And it kind of hit and then like disappeared. You know, she didn't do an album of that. It was just sort of like, oh, we need to put one of these on there.
No, I get that. Yeah. I think, but I love Hold It Against Me, and I love Inside Out. Inside Out is one of my favorite Britney songs out of her entire discography. Like, it's just, like, again, has that dubstep feel to it. And so that's my ranking of all Britney's albums. Guys, let me know if you agree with Hughes and I's ranking of Britney's albums. I know it's always a conversation starter, but I'm actually gonna have you take a quiz because I love having my co-hosts take quizzes. Okay, I think it's just fun. But
What's the quiz?
It's on BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed makes the best quizzes. How well do you know Britney Spears, the queen of pop?
I am not gonna win this one, but okay.
Right, we'll see. I have faith in you. All right. On what day did the heavens send down its only begotten pop star, Britney Spears? December 1st?
December 2nd. No. Hold on. What are the options?
December 1st, December 15th, December 11th, or December 2nd?
2nd, 1981.
Yeah. Boom.
Bam.
What is her middle name?
Jean.
Yeah. Of course, she had an album named after that. In what Louisiana town did she grow up in?
I'm not gonna remember the name.
I can give you the
what's the
options.
first letter or something?
K. These are multiple choice. I could give you.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
All right. New Orleans, Kentwood, Lafayette, or Mars?
It's Kentwood.
Yeah. What is her brother's name?
What's her what?
Her brother's name.
I didn't know she had a brother.
Really?
Nope.
Yeah. Jamie, Sean, Brian, or Batstapera.
He wishes.
Right?
Brian? I don't know.
Yeah, it's Brian. What song? Who wrote this quiz? What song did Little Britney snatch wigs with on Star Search? Love Can Build a Bridge, Candle in the Wind, Material Girl, or Chillin' With You?
Oh my God. I know it's not Chillin' With You, but by the way, that might be my least favorite Britney song of all time.
It's just bad. It's just literal garbage.
It's my roommate's favorite Britney song. I'm not even lying.
Wow.
He blasts that song.
Why would you make your heirs suffer that way? I don't understand.
It's unbearable.
Jesus.
Not Candle in the Wind, the other old one. The first one.
Yeah, Love Can Build a Bridge.
Sure.
How old was she when she was on the Mickey Mouse Club? When she first went on? 10, 11, 12, or 13?
I'm going to say 12.
11.
All right.
What girl band did Britney turn down from joining? Bewitched, Wild Orchid, Innocence, or Dream?
I'll say Innocence.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd do that too. That was random. Who was Baby One More Time originally written for?
Oh, I have no idea.
TLC, The Spice Girls, Destiny's Child, or Madonna?
I will say the Spice Girls.
It's TLC.
Okay.
Yeah. How old was she when she first released Baby One More Time? 16, 17, 18, 19.
Oh, man, I could do that math. Okay, so it came out in 98?
98 or 90? No, I think it's 98. Let's see. I think I know the answer to this.
Are there options?
Yeah, it was, well, the ages are 16, 17, 18, or 19.
It's 16 or 17. I'm going to go with 16 when it first came out.
Yeah, correct. All right. What celebrity first showed Britney how to sneak into a club? Melissa Joan Hart, Drew Barrymore, Madonna, or Paris Hilton?
I desperately want it to be Melissa Joan Hart.
I think it is too. Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Well, that makes sense because they're, that whole crazy era. What a time. What's the name of the snake that she had and the Slave for You? Come on. Even
Is
I
it
know
Taylor?
this. We wish. Tarzan, Banana, Medusa, or John Hamm?
Banana?
Yeah.
Yeah. John Hamm?
That was an
Hamaconda?
option. That was an option.
All right.
Oh, this should be easy. What alias does she use when she travels? Mixed American Dream, Mona Lisa, A Lot of Warm Heart, or Flop Tina? These questions are
Flop
hilarious.
Tina. This is so rude.
This is hella rude.
Is it? I don't know this actually. Is it Miss America? No.
No, it's It's
Mona Lisa, right?
No, it's A Lot of Warm Heart. I thought
Oh
it
my
was
God,
Mona
what?
Lisa.
All right. So
Because
we
she
didn't know
had that
one.
whole thing. Okay, never mind. Ooh, do I remember this one? What was the restaurant that she opened in 2002? I forgot she opened a restaurant. Southern Hospitality, Nyla, Britney Spears, Slice of Me.
Oh my God. First of all, Slice of Me should be where you get drunk pizza after Piece of Me
Hello.
in Vegas.
Yes.
That's
a multi-million-dollar deal right there.
Absolutely. It's Nyla.
Yeah.
But I forgot about that. Southern
Same.
Hospitality is Justin's.
Yeah, it's Justin's restaurant. Who is Britney Spears' assistant's name?
Oh boy.
'Cause there's a photo of her, but you could see this photo. She's always
she
by
looks
her
like a
side.
Melissa. Is there a Melissa option?
I can't show you the options because her
Oh.
name is in the option.
Oh, I don't know.
It's Felicia.
Felicia?
Yeah,
Is she still around?
I want to say yes, because I was like one of her family friends who became her assistant.
Gotcha.
All right, what are the name of her sons? You should know this.
Oh. Are there options?
Jamie and Jacob, Kingston and Apollo, Sean and Jaden, Kevin and Justin.
Isn't it Sean and Jaden?
Yeah.
One of those are Gwen's kids.
Kingston and Apollo
Yeah.
are Gwen's
Gwen's.
kids. Yeah. Which of these songs was Britney originally offered to record? Umbrella, Genie in a Bottle, Just Dance, or TikTok? I think I know this one.
Oh. I don't know. I'm gonna say Umbrella.
Yeah.
Oh.
Imagine if Rihanna didn't get that song.
Yeah, that really pushed her into the
Yeah.
next. Yeah. She would have gotten there.
It's
I
true.
hope.
Yeah. What achievement doesn't belong to Britney Spears? She's the only female in the world who performed at both Michael Jackson and Madonna. She holds a record for the most albums sold by a female artist in an album's first week of release. She's the first artist to ever have 4 albums scan over 500K in the first week of sales. She performed in the 2013 Super Bowl halftime show. One of this is false.
Depending on when this is written, I think 2 of them are false, actually.
This was written in 2014.
So she didn't perform at the 2013 Super Bowl.
Mm.
But what's the second one?
She holds a record for the most albums sold by a female artist in the album's first week of release.
Adele broke that a year after this was
Okay.
written.
Oh, it was she performed 2023
Yeah.
Super Bowl. Okay. What popular show did she guest star in? How I Met Your Mother, Will and Grace, Glee, or Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Well, she was on Will and Grace, but wasn't she also on How I Met Your Mother?
Mm-hmm. What song isn't in Britney's top 5 best-selling singles? Toxic, Baby One More Time, Womanizer, or Sometimes?
If we're talking actually best-selling,
Yeah.
Toxic.
Yeah, you're right. I figured you knew that. You know numbers more than I do. Which isn't a Britney Spears perfume?
Ooh,
Radiance, Believe, Lotus, or Midnight, or Midnight Fantasy.
I thought this
mean,
was gonna be hard. Lotus. Does
That was
Christina
so
even have
rude.
that as a fragrance?
At this point, she probably does. She has like 70 perfumes
Yeah.
to her names. Who wrote? What? Who wrote Britney's iconic movie Smasha Crossroads? Oh, who's the writer? Amy Heckerling, Britney, Shonda Rhimes, or will.i.am? I know this one.
Shonda.
Yeah. Did you see that article where she was like reminiscing on
No.
writing Crossroads?
Can't
Yeah,
believe she's
it's good.
reminiscing about it.
Yeah. I mean, I love that movie.
I've never seen it.
Okay, moving on. It's a great movie. What's Britney's shoe size? What? 6 to 6.5, 6.5 to 7, 7 to 7.5, or 7.5 to 8.
I'll say the smallest one. I don't know.
Okay, I don't know this. Oh, 6.5.
Cool.
All right. What name hasn't belonged to a Spears dog?
Oof.
Hannah, Bit, Lucy, or Lacey Lou? I don't know this one.
I think it's Lacey Lou. I don't believe she'd come up with that.
It was Lucy. Lacey Lou is one of her dogs. That's very Southern of her. All right, we're almost there. What movie role did she almost land?
Ooh.
Walk to Remember, Dukes of Hazzard, Burlesque, or Princess Diaries?
I'm going to say Dukes of Hazzard because Jessica Simpson ended up
Oh,
with
you're
that.
right.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it was just insert pop star here.
Yeah, I could see her actually in Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Okay, what is her favorite?
That means she would have done These Boots Are Made for Walking.
Oh, that would have been amazing. I mean, honestly, Jessica, I've talked about this in a previous podcast, but Jessica Simpson is definitely the knockoff Britney. And
for sure.
You could see Boots Are Made for Walking. That entire song was a Britney song. Like,
sure.
The breath, the appeal, the sexiness. Yeah. But I want to go on a tangent. What's her favorite potpourri? Cinnamon apple, sugar cookie, autumn spice, or Christmas scented? These are very pressing questions here.
Seems like an autumn spice type of girl.
No, Christmas. All right, let's see what you got. Okay, you got 19 out of 26 right. You're not a basic fan, not yet a stan.
Okay.
Okay, not
I'm
too
fine
bad.
with that.
Not too bad. That was good. Okay.
Have you taken it? What did you get?
I haven't taken it yet, but now I know all the answers.
Right.
So, but I think I would probably get the same score as you because some of the things were just strange.
Like the shoe size thing?
The shoe
There's no way I would have
size
gotten
and
that.
her favorite potpourri scent. That's a very stan question. I'm not on that level yet.
I'm not. And I don't know that I need to be.
No, that's just...
I'm happy where I am.
Yeah, I'll just stay where I am right now.
Love it.
But yeah, guys, that's it for this segment. Thanks you for talking Blackout with me and fangirling. But yeah, now we're gonna get into the song of the week. Guys, we are back and we are going to divulge in our song of the week this week. This is where the co-hosts surprise each other with one surprise song. And I'm going to let you go first because you're the guest.
So, I guess I have two.
You can do two.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a Spotify playlist and I add them every week.
Oh,
so
great.
I'll add them.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one from 2003, I think, is Brie Larson. You ever heard Brie Larson's single? Yeah.
That is a throwback.
So Brie Larson, I don't remember if she was a Disney product or what.
I want to say yes.
She was in one of those machines, and they made her put out this like teen pop album, and it's called like Fresh Out of PE or something like that. And the single She Said has no right being as good as it is.
I'm kind of shook right now. I'm gonna have to listen to
it.
This
Is
song.
So good. And it's awesome that like I hadn't seen anyone talk about it ever until she won her Oscar, and a couple people were like, "Hey, FYI."
Oh my god.
And I remember it from when it came out.
Yeah, I love these fun facts.
So there was that, and then I will reference a Canadian singer named Sky Sweetnam.
Okay, I haven't heard that name.
She was around the same time as like Avril and stuff. That's sort of like girl with a guitar, but it's actually kind of pop.
All right.
And it was, in fact, in that vein exactly, because the whole song is like, oh, like I don't do my hair in the morning. I just like I dress how I want. I'm a punk cool kid, but like it's a pop song.
Yeah. Like hella manufactured. That's okay.
But it's great.
Yeah.
But like it's perfect. Tangled Up in Me. And then if you like that, there are several others on that album that bang the same way.
I love it. All right, so my song of the week, I was in like a Pussycat Dolls mode recently, and like Spotify, they just know my style. Like I have like, that your daily mix.
Yep.
And Buttons came on
Okay.
my daily mix, and I got my entire life. And I love that song. Of course, the Pussycat Dolls is very short-lived, but they produced some very great hits during that time. And in my opinion, Buttons was their best song.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Is there going to be a comeback?
Yeah.
It's actually happening.
As far as I can see.
Like Nicole is here for this?
It looks like it.
Wow. Okay.
You can only have so many unsuccessful solo albums for you.
Because I'm like, does she really want to go through this again?
I think she has to.
Oh, gosh. Okay. I mean, she's very talented, but God bless her for trying to, make it work for the umpteenth time. We'll see what happens.
I mean, she got, one album in the U.S. or something? She had like 3 in the U.K.
Yeah.
And they just never made it over.
Poor Nicole. But yeah, Buttons is my song of the week.
Fair.
And that is it for this week's episode of Besterday. Thank you, Hugh, once again for coming on. I hope you had fun.
Always.
Yeah.
I hope this convinces a few people to listen to Blackout.
Yes, I really hope so too, because if you have listened, you're honestly missing out. And yeah, so we'll be back next week. We're actually going to be talking about another pop queen. So look out for that next week. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.